This is the rear of the house. Dad built this whole thing with his own hands. He is not a builder. He's a school teacher. But one thing that school teachers tell their kids, because they know, is if you can read a book, you can do anything. And to his credit, here's the house. It's got like basically rubber roofing, and straight ahead is Mom's bookstore that's called Bygone Books. Those are weeds out in front of it. They just haven't done anything with that part of the house. And that's actually right there where that brown door is a storage area. And it also houses the batteries for the electricity and lettuce and stuff like that in the wintertime when we don't have enough room in the fridge. And like at Thanksgiving, we leave the turkey out there because it's cold. And it's, it's got stores. Like I think there's an old washing machine in there from the time they moved up here in, God, who knows what year it was, 1979 or 80 or 81. I gotta turn off for a second. I gotta conserve some battery here. This is the west side of the house, or west facing side of the house. I'm not really sure why this collector is here. Methinks it should be on the other side, because there's trees around now, and it's just, I don't see how it's collecting that much electricity. But it's one panel. It's the oldest panel. It's probably 30 years old, and there's another one. You'll see it on the south side. That's another problem. The trees are growing up here. This is our south-facing. I'm pointing toward the south right now, and the trees are growing up, so you don't get so much sunlight from the south, which is where those collectors are all facing, that are on the side of the house, the south-facing side of the house. So that's not good. We got to do something. Either move the darn things or move the foliage. All these buildings, every piece of wood you see here is something Dad hammered. And so that's pretty cool. Between 55 and 85, he's hammered a lot of nails. And stacked a lot of wood. This is his stacking, splitting. I think my brother Timothy helps because he's been here over the summer, and he'll probably be here for... Actually, he's been here about a year now. And he'll be here probably till the house falls into the ground, or they kick us out or something. If our parents have one of these reverse mortgages, so if we don't pay it off after they die, we'll have to give up the house. But I don't think it'll be too bad. I think we'll make it. It's been a long time since I've been actually sitting around the house by myself, and I am by myself right now. I almost don't know what to do. And this is the south-facing side. It's originally the side that got all the heat. You can see all the windows my dad put on it. This central section here, you can see there's a walkway to the garage that 5 years ago, I don't think that existed, or maybe less than 10 years ago, it didn't exist. But this portion of the house right here, where you can see the wood stacked up, that's his wood shop. This is the original part, like from here, and then this was added on. But just this section right here was originally what he built. There's some panels up, solar panels up there. That room, where that tiny window is, actually gets very hot in the summertime. These rooms aren't really used anymore. Hi, chipmunk. There you go. There's chipmunks that live in the eaves, by the way. But this area's storage and shop and gardening, like, early planting. And let me see. This bush used to be very tiny. I think once or twice a bear has actually come here and knocked off that bird feeder. Lord knows why a bear would want to eat millet, but he ate the birdseed. And here's, this was the new section that Dad built. He put this kitchen on, and then he created this huge living space. And if you can see those curtains on the second story, that's the bedroom, the master bedroom, where they sleep. And it's just a beautiful little room, absolutely beautiful. The whole house is very cluttered, but that's the way a lot of old people live, especially old poor people who have nothing. So they keep everything they have, and too bad that's the way it goes. Someday, maybe not so many things will be in there. And we're back on the east-facing side. Just want to make a quick mention, since I didn't earlier, about the little greenhouses. This is what my dad uses for a garden, because once you got the things growing, you still have to protect them from deer. And he can cover this over in the winter and actually grow broccoli. But I mean, I'm sure at some point it might get too cold to even do that. But you can start things really early when you put plastic over this. It's really kind of cool. He had quite a garden growing in here over the summer. I got to see it. It was very green. Okay, here you go. There's still some plants in here. I don't know what he's got. Herbs or carrots or what is that? Eggplant. I think that's dead. I don't know what's growing there, but it was at one time something. I guess there was broccoli. And Lord knows what that was. There's always some kind of herbs growing around. This is the little one that he had before. Notice how this is his own invention. I mean, I'm sure he may have read about it somewhere. But this is just regular PVC pipe. And he's got it set up to, he just makes these little Quonset huts out of it. And they work to keep the deer out. A lot of us West Virginians should take notice, because you could grow stuff probably all winter in these things. This place is really overgrown. It used to be an oat field. And now that it's not, he only keeps after some of it. There's a very little of it that actually gets mowed. Still going. I just picked some grapes. I couldn't believe this thing actually was bearing non-wild grapes. I know he planted it years ago, but I thought that it just, I mean, this is probably the stock, the root stock. It's probably supposed to be a finer grape, but these taste like Niagaras or Concords, or, well, not like Concords, but like Niagaras, but it's really good. And it made me think. One thing about people with a lot of money, not too many of them have their hands on this stuff day in and day out in an effort just to grow it. And that's priceless. And you can't trade that for anything. I mean, we may never have any money, but the experience of being that close to God and nature, you can't reproduce it any other way.